So, today we're digging into something called wealth traps. Think of them as these hidden financial tripwires that can quietly, completely sabotage your ability to build wealth. We're going to uncover how they stall out that powerful engine of compounding. Let's get into it.
The source material for this kicks things off with a fantastic, no-nonsense quote that I just love. It says, "While a step-by-step guide on how to marry rich would be cool, this video is about the financial traps keeping you poor." I mean, that's just so direct, right? This isn't about finding some magic bullet. It's about spotting those sneaky, subtle traps that trip up so many of us.
And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. Are the choices you're making, the ones that feel smart, secretly sabotaging your wealth? We're about to break down 3 super common decisions that look like opportunities on the surface, but can actually turn into major financial traps. But before we can understand the traps, we've got to meet the hero of our financial story, the compounding engine. This is, without a doubt, your single greatest ally in building long-term wealth. So what even is compounding? Well, it's the process where your investment's earnings start generating their own earnings. It's like a snowball effect for your money. First, your money goes to work for you, and then the money it makes also starts working for you. It's an unbelievably powerful concept. And look at the power of this in action. A single $10,000 investment just left alone to compound for 30 years can balloon to around $175,000. And get this, you don't add another penny. The heavy lifting is done by just 2 things, your initial money and time. That's it. But, and this is a big but, here's the catch. This incredible wealth-building machine, it's surprisingly fragile. It can be stalled or even completely wrecked by these hidden traps that often masquerade as smart financial decisions. All right, let's pull back the curtain on our first saboteur, which our source material gives the perfect name, the convenience debt. You've seen this everywhere. Buy now, pay later. The opportunity is so tempting, right? Get what you want this second, often with 0 interest. But the trap is way more subtle. It makes you overspend and quietly chips away at the very cash that should be fueling your compounding engine. And this really nails the true cost of that convenience. These services make it normal to go into debt for everyday things, creating this constant cycle of little payments that just bleed you dry. It's basically death by 1,000 cuts for your budget. And ultimately, it starves your compounding engine before it even gets a chance to get going. Okay, on to our second wealth trap. Our source material calls this one the golden handcuffs, and what a perfect metaphor for this super common financial pitfall. So imagine this, you get a raise, congratulations. For a lot of us, the very first instinct is to upgrade our lifestyle. A new car, a nicer apartment, fancier meals out. But the trap here is something called lifestyle inflation. When your expenses creep up right alongside your income, you end up with nothing left over to invest. You're not actually getting ahead at all. The result? You end up in the exact same financial spot you were in before, living paycheck to paycheck. You just have nicer stuff. The financial stress is still there, and your ability to build any kind of lasting wealth is completely stuck in neutral. All right, this next one is the third and maybe the most significant trap from our source material, the compounding reset. This one is a really big deal, and it forces us to ask a question that might feel a little uncomfortable. To challenge a belief many of us hold. Is buying a house always the smartest financial move, especially when you're early in your career? Let's break down this 10-year showdown, nice and slow. So look at path A. You buy a house. That $50,000 down payment is gone. It's out of your investment portfolio and locked up in the house. Now look at path B. That same 50 grand is invested in the market instead. On top of that, because rent is cheaper than the mortgage and taxes in this example by about $6,000 a year, that difference is also invested. So after just a decade, the renter in Path B who invested everything could have a liquid net worth of around $125,000. That's way more than the homeowner's modest equity. So here's the massive takeaway. Buying a home too early can pull a huge chunk of your capital right out of the market. It can literally reset your compounding clock back to 0, right at the moment it should be picking up the most steam. Okay, we've identified the traps, which is the hard part. So now let's talk about how to actually escape them. And the good news is, the path forward is actually pretty clear. The solution isn't some super complex financial strategy. It's really a powerful 3-step mindset shift. First, prioritize investing. And that doesn't mean saving what's left at the end of the month. It means you pay your future self first, automatically the day you get paid. Second, you gotta practice delaying gratification. This is all about making a conscious choice between what you want right now and what you want most, which for many of us is financial freedom. And finally, and this one is a total game changer, calculate the opportunity cost. Before any big purchase, just pause and ask yourself, what could this money grow into in 10 or 20 years if I invested it instead? Seriously, that one question changes everything.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Take a hard look at your own finances. What opportunity in your life right now might actually be a trap in disguise?